The fire is going, it's warm, the sun is setting, there's 7 inches of snow on the ground, and it's about 15 degrees. Quite a beautiful winter night. Very cold, very chilly, but this fire feels really good. I can't believe we got 7 inches of snow. North Alabama, it doesn't even snow close to every year here. And we got a crazy snowstorm, and it's 7 inches of snow. It was beautiful too, because a lot of times snowstorms happen overnight and I don't get to see it snow. But this time almost all of it happened during the day, and I was able to come out here, and the tiny house was so beautiful while it was snowing. And tonight the low temperature is -3 degrees. I've never camped anywhere close to that cold of a temperature in the tiny house before, and I wanted to try it tonight because I want to know how well the tiny house holds up and how warm it's going to be or how cold it's going to be. And also I just it's so beautiful out here with the snow. I couldn't resist. So we're going to be on quite an adventure tonight, camping in temperatures that I've never camped in before, and I don't know, I'm ready for it. One neat thing about having a fire in the snow is that I don't have to worry about it getting out of control or anything. I could make a really big fire and I wouldn't be worried at all about it catching the grass on fire or any dry leaves or anything like that. It's like having a fire in the middle of a pond. I could make this thing huge and not be worried at all that it was going to cause any problems. In just a minute, I'm going to go inside the tiny house and we're going to have some soup for dinner. But before dinner, I just wanted to take a few minutes to enjoy this fire in the snow. I don't get to do that very often. It's really a treat. And it sure is cold, and I don't love the cold, especially not for extended periods of time, but I can't deny that it's beautiful out here. I'm going to just enjoy this fire for a few minutes, and then we're going to go eat some soup. I'm bundled up like a little marshmallow. I've got on a coat and a sweatshirt and a t-shirt, and I've got on 3 pairs of pants, 2 pairs of socks, a hat, boots, and I think that's it. But I'm definitely not cold. The fire, oh, it feels so good. It took me a while to get it started. I had some major problems starting the fire because the wood was so wet from the snow. I mean, it was completely buried in snow, but now that it's started, it's so warm. It's so warm. It's pretty dark. I don't know how well you can see me, but the fire's burned down really well, and I'm hungry. It's about 6:15 p.m. right now, and I've been out here for a couple of hours, so I'm ready to go inside the tiny house and get it all warm in there and enjoy some soup. It is stinking cold. Let's get inside. Heater's on high, and there's the light. Let me just take my big old coat off. Well, I've gone ahead and gotten organized in here, put all my stuff up. The thermometer has gone from about 30 degrees when I got in here to about 50 degrees now, so we're warming up quickly. I'm sitting on my bed. This is my setup for the night. In case y'all are thinking that it looks like a giant pile of blankets, it is a giant pile of blankets. I've got a blanket, and then under that another blanket, and then under that another blanket, and then under that a sleeping bag. So that's pretty much my setup. I think it should keep me pretty warm. And if I need to, I'll sleep in my coat, and I'm not real worried about it. So I think it's gonna be good. Now, let's make some dinner. I am hungry. Some chicken, cheese, kind of a taco soup. Well, while we're waiting on the soup, it is now almost 7 o'clock. My soup's almost done. The tiny house is warm. The temperature's dropping quickly now that the sun's gone, and it's going to continue to drop, and it's going to be cold. I can smell it now. This soup has some corn in it, some black beans, some tomatoes, some chicken, cream cheese, and I really like it. I am good and ready to eat, so let's pray. Lord, thank you so much for the snow, and thank you for the cold. Lord, it's not cold here very often, at least not really cold, and it's just a good opportunity to be able to camp in the cold this night. Thank you so much for this food in front of me. Thank you so much for the soup and the Fritos to go with it, oh God. I know it's going to be very good. Thank you so much for the viewer watching. I pray that they have had a good week, and I pray that they find peace in you. I love you. And I just thank you so much for being God and being who you are. Amen. All right, it's time to eat. Yes, delicious. This really just hits the spot because I I'm so hungry, and it tastes so good. What is the most snow that y'all have ever seen in your life? The most snow I've ever seen in my life, I think it was pretty close to a foot. Dinner was really good. I've just about completely finished off my soup, and I have a few Fritos left, but it was really good, and now my tummy is full, and I'm ready to clean up. Now that dinner's completely cleaned up and done, I have a new temperature update. It's 12 degrees outside and about 70 degrees in here. That's a crazy difference. It's like 58 degrees warmer in here than outside. It's amazing how well the tiny house is trapping in heat. I'm just really excited to see how the rest of the night goes. I think I'm about to play some solitaire, maybe do some reading. I don't know, I'll just see. Solitaire is something I love to do in the tiny house to entertain myself. Well, didn't exactly win that round. Let's try it once more, shall we? 2. That's the end of the road. No, I only had 3 cards left to flip over. I'm gonna go ahead and put my pajamas on. It is 8:38 now, so I've cleaned up solitaire, and that was a lot of fun. I think I'll just spend some time reading, and then I'll be about ready to go to bed. I've got my pajamas on, a little goldfish snack, and 100 Hikes of a Lifetime. This book has got some beautiful pictures in it. Like, look at this. It's full of pictures like that. And it talks about all kinds of beautiful hikes all over the world. From the Appalachian Trail to hikes that I've never heard of before, like the Copper Canyon in Mexico. Look at how beautiful that waterfall is. I'm not sure I'll ever be able to pronounce it correctly because I've never heard it, but it's that name in the Grand Canyon, Arizona. Before I go to bed, because I'm about to get ready for bed, I just remembered that I have a new sticker to add to the sticker wall. I went to Gatlinburg this weekend and was there for a couple of days and got to go to Anakeesta. Anakeesta is just a really cool place. You ride a chairlift up there. There's beautiful views, a really cool treetop walk. There's just several things. Mostly, it's all about the beautiful views and the chairlift up to the top. And I bought this sticker because I thought it would be perfect. And I think Anakeesta should go right there. I'm doing a couple of things tonight in my tiny house to make sure that it stays warm. I've got both of my curtains hanging up. I've got my coat underneath the door, and I put extra caulk on the bump outs this week because I found a couple of little gaps that needed it. So I've been preparing for a little bit for this freezing night. With these extra little things plus an extra blanket on my bed, I think that the tiny house is going to stay pretty warm tonight. However, it's still going to be -3 degrees outside. It's going to be so cold. So I'm not sure exactly how warm it's going to stay in here. Like right now, it is warm. I mean, 70 degrees. But once I turn the heater off and lay down, I'm not sure how long it's going to stay that warm. So at some point in the night, I'm sure I'm going to wake up and have to turn the heater back on. I've still taken some extra steps to make sure it stays as warm in here as possible, and I think everything's going to be fine. I think I'll probably sleep okay. And that's one big reason I'm doing it, is because I want to see how the tiny house holds up and does in really, really cold weather. So I wanted to see. I'm going to find out. I've had a really good evening. I'll probably just read a little bit more and then go to bed. I still have to brush my teeth, and it's 9:20. If I wake up at any point in the night, which I'm pretty sure I will, I'll try and update you guys on what the temperature is in here and what it is outside and all of that. But good night. Thanks for spending the evening with me. I hope y'all enjoyed it. It's 10 p.m. This is my last report before bed. It's 6 degrees outside and about 70 degrees in here. So the temperature is going to just keep falling at least a little bit more. And I'm about to turn the heater off, turn the light off, and go to bed. We'll see how it goes. If I wake up in the night freezing, I'll let y'all know. Good night! Last night was pretty wild. told you guys that I would give you an update. At least that was my plan. Whenever I woke up in the night to turn the heater on when I got cold, and I never turned the heater on in the night. I can't believe it's sitting here now. I woke up this morning and it was 10 degrees in here. That's what the thermometer said, because I hadn't had the heater on for like 9 or 10 hours. And I slept, pretty well. I woke up a couple of times because I turned my head and it hit the side of the pillow that was cold, but besides just maybe my face at one point, like, I was never cold. I love hot chocolate in the morning. So I woke up this morning in an ice box. All the windows were frozen solid. I even had a teeny tiny piece of ice in my hair because I had my face buried in my blanket. And when I kept breathing into the blanket, it sent condensation like into my hair. And I woke up this morning and there was a couple of teeny tiny pieces of ice. All the windows have pretty much thawed now and it's about 60 or 65 degrees in here now. It's still warming up. The camera was frozen. I couldn't get you guys to work, but now we're all good. It's kind of fun to know that I slept in the tiny house when it was freezing and everything held up, and I slept way better than I thought I would. I mean, I didn't sleep great, but I thought probably last night that I would have to get up 2 times to turn the heater on and get it warm in here, but I never got cold. The sun is crazy bright this morning because it's reflecting off the snow. I'm just almost done with my hot chocolate, and then I'm going to pack up my stuff and load it back on my sled and get on with my day. I camped in sub-zero temperatures. It is so cold. There's so much steam coming in when I open the door. The cold is absolutely shocking this morning. I just opened the door and had to cough a couple of times to get my lungs used to it. Whew! It is so cold, it's ridiculous. Not funny, not funny. Not funny at all. The snow is so frozen. It's like half ice, half powder. I hope you guys enjoyed this night of snow and freezing camping in the tiny house. I know I did. It was pretty cool. I mean, it was freezing, but I slept relatively well and the tiny house did great. So thank you guys so much for watching today's video. I hope you enjoyed and I'll see you on the next one.